this is one that I guess isn't really as super well known. Um, who really enjoy the whole zombie games and had the opportunity or enjoyed, I guess would be the best way to put it, to playing Dead Island on the past generation consoles. They are coming out with the Dead Island Definitive Edition, which is dropping on May 31st this year. It is going to be a collection of Dead Island Riptide, and a new 16-bit retro game that's going to be available for Xbox One, I believe also PS4 and PC. So the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I was a huge Dead Island player. And it really brings in a lot of concepts that I miss with some of the zombie games. Like, you get to create your own weaponry. It's not, you have to buy, like with Left 4 Dead, which, don't get me wrong, I love the Left 4 Dead series too. But Left 4 Dead, you just kind of have to pick up what you can find, and you can, ward off your enemies with something like that. But I'm really excited to get back and into like the create your own weapons, like your fate is your fate kind of thing. The other thing that I really am excited about is the graphics on the next gen consoles are already great for all of the games that they've already done, and I'm really excited to see how great they are in these new games, because like in the remasters, because they were already good before. And I really want to play with all of the people again. Like, I don't know why that sounds so exciting to me. I mean, in some cases it does get kind of annoying, but it's really cool that, you can play with your friends, but also random people can come in if they're in the same, spot in their game, and you can all work together and have the increase in enemies like you do in like Borderlands games and stuff like that.
Yes.
I mean, do any of you guys play those kind of games that
I love the
like
first
Dead
one.
Island of any kind?
See, Dead Island to me is
played. Me and Michelle, we played Riptide together.
Yep.
And I really liked it. And I'm not one that's huge on zombie games. I know that's like a really big thing now, and everyone's like, oh, zombies this, zombies that. Like, everyone is into it. But for me, it's just like, I don't know.
Well, see, sadly for me...
Yeah,
Go ahead, sorry.
I've got to say, yeah, I'm really excited for it.
See, I love the first one. Oh, sorry.
No, you can keep going.
I love the first one. I never got a chance to play Riptide since money constraints at the time. So I love that this is coming out. I'm going to get to play that. I'm still going to get the first one, too, on top of that. The thing I'm actually really excited for, and I've seen screenshots for it, is this 16-bit version. Because I love the old school games, and I love the feel of those. And it's cool that they're putting this world into a 16-bit game. So that's going to be really fun for my aspect to play on top of that. Then I get to play these two together. And Dead Island to me was always an interesting mix of two different games. It was like Dead Rising put in with Black Ops zombie mode, but with a good story. And those games were always good to me, and I'm glad that they're giving some love back to it, especially with the 16-bit game. Because they're taking that in an interesting, throw-in little twist that they didn't have to do with this collection. But they wanted to put a little something extra in there for players, and in a really cool, interesting way. Which throws some love back on the old days of gaming.
Just a fun fact, I think Jack Black voices the main character in the 16-bit version.
Oh, does he really?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Jack
awesome.
Black is?
Yep, Jack Black.
Oh, wow. That'll be interesting. I love that guy. He's hilarious.
Yes.
So, yeah, now I haven't seen any of the screenshots for the 16-bit game because I want to be like a pregnant woman that doesn't want to know the gender of her baby at this point. But the people at GameStop, they were showing a new game. I guess it's supposed to be kind of, and Brandon, you can either confirm or deny this. Just don't
spoil.
Don't show me anything. Yeah. But I guess for those of you that's played How to Survive Storm Warning, it's going to be kind of like that, where it's a scroll left to right, but you can kind of you just kind of look down at your character. It's not supposed to be first person like the rest of the Dead Island games are.
Okay, for the 16-bit is going to be kind of like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, but with all the Dead Island type of gameplay in it, with weapons and this and that. Not like a top-down view. I do love Storm Warning. That was you and me actually played that together, and then I finished it on my own.
Yeah,
that was a good game. I really dug that. But yeah, it's gonna be like from the screenshots and from what I've seen, it's gonna be side-scrolling, beat 'em up, kind of like Battletoads or Double Dragon or Final Fight, but with killing zombies, weapons, and of course a way better story. Probably something along the lines of you guys ever played the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game on Xbox 360.
Yes, I
Yeah,
played that.
kind of like that, which I love that game too. So that has me really excited, especially if they go for that Scott Pilgrim kind of gameplay. So yeah, I'm down for that.
Well, I am
Yeah.
really excited and I can't wait to play it because, like I said, I don't want to see anything. I don't want to watch anybody else play it. I want to experience it for myself because for those of you that have ever watched us stream other games, you already know that I get mad when I have to not use inverted sight. So I want to be surprised. I don't want to get used to it. I want to play it, but I am very excited, even though it's not something that I'm used to. I really, especially if it falls in line with the rest of Dead Island. I mean, you're probably going to see me call off work for like 3 days just to play these games.
Well, I'll be right there with you. This is one I'm
Right.
gonna have to put money out for. This is definitely one that I'm like, I'm gonna have to shell the money. I'm getting both of the originals, and then I'm getting this little 16-bit awesomeness.
Like, hopefully no one at work's listening, but I definitely think I'm going to be calling for Mass Effect.
I
Yep,
hope people
that's
at my
happening.
job are listening so they can put my PTO in for me.
Hey man, get it done
Well,
with. You
I've
know what's
already-
happening. You know what's coming.
Right. I may have to change my days off from the end of April to the end of March.
Yeah,
There
you know
you
what?
go.
You know what?
Beginning
End
I
of March.
since we're on this
Yeah,
topic,
that's when it's coming out.
since this came out, since we're talking about this, I should say, I wonder if it's gonna be that side-scrolling kind of beat 'em up action. I wonder if they're gonna do like Scott Pilgrim and let you play with friends, because that would be
Huh.
cool.
I
Because
didn't
all
even
those
know
old-
you could play with friends.
Oh yeah, Scott Pilgrim, you could play with friends. Most of those side-scrolling beat 'em ups you could. Now it's awesome where they're taking that genre of old school gaming to now, because now they're adding in all the RPG elements like with Scott Pilgrim
Yeah.
and a better story and just a whole bunch of unique stuff. So I wonder, I don't know, because I want to kind of go on it fresh. I just looked up screenshots of it, but if they have that aspect to it, that's going to make it really boss.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's